not it. Now, the next thing I want to touch on, kind of going off of that, is actually getting enough protein because most people have goals of losing the weight, and they think because they lose weight, they're automatically going to be toned, defined, sexy, ripped, name it. But what's really going to happen is, I'll use myself for instance. Now, back in November, I was about 235, 37 pounds, and I lost about 10 to 15 pounds. I wasn't really working out at that point, I was just doing cardio. And the unfortunate thing was, I wasn't really looking necessarily any more ripped, jacked, yoked, whatever phrase you want to use. But what you have to realize is you need to be getting enough protein to sustain your workouts. Now, the RDA, or the recommended daily allowance, is about 0.36 grams of protein per pound of weight, or zero point 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram if you're using that standard. Now, keep in mind, the RDA is actually the basic level of nutrition. So if you're doing any kind of exercise, you're going to want to eat more. That's the minimum recommendation. So keep that in mind for the average person. You might hear that the average female needs to consume about 36 grams of protein. And that's why you hear we eat too much protein in the American diet, because people mistake the RDA as here's the max when it's really the minimum. So most people really aren't getting enough protein to sustain their workouts. And when you're doing HIIT workouts, you're actually breaking down muscle. And a lot of people think, well, because I'm not lifting weights, I don't need to eat protein. Huge, huge misconception. Because what's happening is those muscles are actually breaking down and they're not being repaired. So what's going to happen when you lose that 20, 30, 15, however many pounds you want to lose, you're going to find that, yeah, you're going to be smaller and it's going to be nice to not have that extra weight. But if you're expecting to come out looking like Ronda Rousey or somebody super fit, Alani Nu, whoever it might be that you're looking at, I just want to say you're not, because you're just basically losing fat. You're not gaining muscle. In fact, you're losing muscle. So you're still going to have some of those love handles. You're still going to have a little bit of that extra skin. So that's why it's important you're getting that protein, so that way you can build and repair the muscles after those workouts. So that way when you do lose the weight, you can actually look and have some of that definition that you were looking for. Now, I'm not going to go too much on the weightlifting side of things. Obviously, if you're lifting weight, you need to make sure you're increasing your protein intake. But I also want to talk